So I'm Dave Sweeny, myself and my partner Alice farming here in Awamutu on 124 hectares, milking 400 cows. We run a business called the Native Dairy Farmer. So the Native Dairy Farmer is all about selling native trees to the local community, but also trying to share our story on farm as well and what we're doing on farm. I guess the biggest challenge here is the summer and what the summer throws at us. Because we're on ash soil here, it dries out very quickly. I think the Waikato, it is actually getting harder and harder and more challenging to manage pests and insect pressure as we're getting warmer and warmer winters. But black beetle and grass grubs have been a big challenge for us. In farming, everything's always evolving and we're always coming up with new ideas and ways of doing things, and that's why it's important to have a good team around you. But also we pull on our rural professionals such as Yano from Farm Source to help us make decisions on farm. Yano's been great for us here. You know, he's part of the team and we've used him over the past few years to help with some of those really specific pieces of technical information that we might be lacking. It's really hard to keep up with all the lingo and different sprays and when to do this and when to do that, and I think a lot of the time, you know, we need someone like that. That's where Yano's support has been invaluable, really. We will all remember the low payout year a few years ago, and it really prompted us to look at our system and what we're doing on farm and to really try and take control back. We went down this pathway of trying to do that, and one of the opportunities we actually saw for this farm was to bring calves back onto the milking platform for their first year instead of sending them out to grazing. So that's what we did, but by doing that we had to drop the stocking rate to be able to accommodate for those calves. We then explored, well, what's going to be our best feed to actually feed these calves to maximise our growth rates, and that's where I guess chicory came in. We knew Choice Chicory was used a lot for lambs and good success out there growing lambs, and we thought, well, surely we can do the same with calves. So that's what sort of took us down that pathway, and yeah, we're still doing it to this day. Choice Chicory, you do need to do your maths on it and work out how much area you need for your cows or your young stock, and that's where the support of your Agricom rep or your Farm Source TSR can help you with those calculations. We grow about 5 hectares for 60 to 70 odd calves, and it's a really small area really in the big scale of things, but allows us a lot more control over our management of our calves, and it's really helping us achieve the results that we're getting now. Facial eczema is a massive challenge for the Waikato, and it's something that none of us as farmers want to deal with, and chicory just allows us to park that and not have to worry about it. So we don't use any zinc treatment on our young stock while they're on chicory, because we don't have to, and it's just a real nice peace of mind. One of the benefits of the chicory which we really like is how easy it is to establish. We've had some great results. We drill 6 kilos in our system here and broadcast another 4 followed by a roll, and that just gives us a really strong sward, and we find it establishes really easily. Because of being on the ash, we do have some of those issues like we talked about earlier with pests and other weeds, but the chicory is pretty hearty and you know, it comes away pretty quick and shades out some of those other weeds pretty quickly. From the other options that we've got out there, it does tend to manage those summer dry periods a lot better than anything else that we could plant. The other benefit to growing chicory yourself is, you know, you're able to reduce the reliance on brought-in feed. You know, we're all in this environment at the moment where everything just seems to be skyrocketing in price. So if we know we can grow a good crop and budget on getting a specific yield, then we can reduce our reliance on spending money on imported supplement that's fluctuating throughout the season. So going into summer, we know it's our biggest challenge, and so we know we need to have something ready to graze. Choice Chicory gives us another tool on our tool belt. We know if we put that in the ground, we're gonna have something to feed our dairy cows and calves over that tough period. We believe calves are really hard to do really well. They're quite fussy eaters, and they do require a good diet and good levels of protein early in their life to get that good growth rate. And so, yeah, the system we run here with our chicory gives us the protein to be able to do that. We do add in some other supplements as well to help drive that growth rate. But we find by controlling that ourselves on our own farm, we're starting to get some really good results. And if we can get that first year of their life right, the rest seems to carry on with good management. Because of its characteristics of having a deep taproot and high protein levels is really good for growing young stock. So we're really seeing some great growth rates. I guess a benefit of that is we're giving a better product and a better animal to our grazier for the second half, or I guess as R2s. So effectively we're getting a bigger animal back, an animal that's grown to her potential, and then when they enter the herd, they're all ready to fire. And I guess, yeah, the other benefit, probably as you can see today, is you know, because you're handling the young stock all the time, they know you, they're comfortable around you, they know the farm, and yeah, there's a few friendly ones in there as well. So I think Agricom have done a great job at the R&D with their chicory. I mean, Choice Chicory has been around for quite a few years now, so it's pretty proven. Definitely would recommend Choice Chicory to other farmers. Specifically for growing young stock, we've had some really good results with having our calves on Choice Chicory.
For support to introduce Choice Chicory on your farm, talk to your local FarmSource TSR or Agricom rep.